And Charlie Kirk shot? What? He was shot, or what are you talking about right now? Thank you for the first time chat, but you can't just come in here saying Charlie Kirk shot out of nowhere. That's kind of a crazy first statement. He was shot? You're lying. No, he wasn't. Oh shit, he was shot at Utah? What the fuck? Breaking news, everybody. Charlie Kirk was shot. Jesus Christ. A suspect is in custody after political activist Charlie Kirk was believed to have been shot during a speaking appearance at Utah Valley University in Orem. Holy shit. Uh, Jesus Christ. School officials said gunshots were fired from the top of the Losi Center on campus, which is approximately 200 yards from where Kirk was speaking. The shooting occurred about 20 minutes into Kirk's speech. His condition is currently unknown. In a social media post, FBI Director Kash Patel said his agency is monitoring the shooting. We are closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. He wrote, "Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation." Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Is That is crazy as shit. Okay. Breaking news, damn. Well, thank you for stopping in here and giving me the scoop like that, Captain Dermile. And thank you for following. Yes, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. This is crazy as fuck. No, I do appreciate you telling me that, though. No problem. Can I ask how you found the stream? Were you just scrolling? What the hell? I feel weird asking, but like, there's got to be a video, right? He's a public speaker. That's crazy. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Decent. Yeah, apparently there is a photo. Decent. Let me just look this up. That's insane, though. What the hell?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my. Holy shit. Okay, I cannot show that. I'm glad I did not put that on the screen. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck, dude? Political violence is getting out of hand. It's fucking insane. I mean, obviously, oh, Jesus, what the fuck? I'm gonna have to wait on more information on that, but I'm sure that's gonna be a huge story. Jesus. Oh my lord. What's Hassan saying right now? Let's see what Hassan is saying about this.
We haven't gotten confirmation rather that a suspect is in custody, but that's the part of the video that we have been seeing, that someone in fact has been arrested.
Yeah, we have told a suspect was in custody, and we're seeing now the video there of the man in the blue shirt. And spectators say that attention immediately went to this individual. Obviously, it's hard in a situation like that.
Bro, when people immediately go, hey, you have to hire security or whatever, you guys realize that he has the best security, right? You realize that, right? Like when you say, oh, Hassan, why don't you hire security when you do IRL streams? He has the best security. Trump confirmed he's dead. He had the security. There's nothing you can do when you get shot by a fucking sniper rifle in the neck when you're doing a public event. You understand that, right?
Holy shit.
I don't think he has not been pronounced dead. He is in the hospital right now. Okay. I don't know how he survives this. I've seen I have seen the video, the up close video that's circulating that they're not obviously showing here, and you shouldn't see it. I promise you, you don't need to see that. Okay. I don't know why chatters are fucking lying in here, but he lost a tremendous amount of blood immediately in the moment of impact. The only thing that Trump has said so far, and this is from Dan Scavino's account, we must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless. Okay.
Holy fuck.
It's unimaginably graphic.
I don't even know what to say. Like, this is fucking crazy.
It is, I mean, this is, I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is just fucking terrifying.
It is fucking
Here's
terrifying.
Sprang out, and you can see
And it looks like
a
a-
large crowd gathered.
It looks like a sniper, like, because they said it was on top of a building. Like, holy shit. It's just, it just goes to show, like, gun control in America is so fucking insane. Like, there's none of it. Like, why does a civilian have access to a sniper rifle? Like, you don't need that shit.
Yard there with a number of tents for officials, or rather for students and attendees to participate in the event. No shortage of issues trying to secure a place like that.
No, certainly not. And let's go to Donny O'Sullivan, who has been to a number of these events. He's joining us now on the phone. Donny, we just saw some of the aftermath in that video, people running away, an incredibly scary situation for so many people there. Talk to us a little bit about these events, the kind of security they do or do not have, and what it's like to be there.
Hey, Brianna. Yeah, I mean, I think what you're seeing on your screen now is really normally sums up what these events look like. I mean, minus the chaos, of course, but always very big turnout on college campuses. Charlie Kirk has been doing this for a number of years. His organization, Turning Point USA, has been running these kind of events, hundreds of them, potentially thousands of them, across universities, really mobilizing the young conservative vote, and in recent years, of course, specifically the young MAGA vote. We were actually down a few weeks ago in Tampa, Florida, where Turning Point USA had their summit, and we spoke to some liberal groups, young Democrats, who are actually trying to emulate the work Charlie Kirk's organization is doing. These Democrats were, of course, very critical of Kirk's policies and his views on politics, but spoke, frankly, very complimentary of his organizing tactics. So what you see at these events, these college campus events, has really been a successful model for mobilizing young voters. In fact, in just recent weeks...
Wait, gunman is
Kirk
not in
got the
custody,
South
campus
Park
official
treatment,
says?
So
the guy that they arrested might not be the actual gunman? Because initially campus police said the gunman was in custody, that the suspected shooter was apprehended. Now, breaking news, Kirk shot and gunman not in custody, campus officials say. Scott Trotter, Senior Director of Public Relations at Utah Valley University in Orem, just confirmed to the BBC that Kirk was shot and that the attacker is not in custody. Trotter said at 12:25 local time, a single shot rang out in the quad near the food court at Utah Valley University Orem campus as Mr. Charlie Kirk began speaking at his planned rally. We can confirm that Mr. Kirk was shot, but we don't know his condition, Trotter said. He added that the campus is closed for the rest of the day. There's a video of them arresting an old man, but maybe that's not... maybe that's not the shooter then. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to... I bet you they found no GPR on suspect at this point. Doubtful they'll find the shooter. I know Netanyahu tweeted about it as well. Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, chatters. There are different ways there are different ways beyond advocating for violent retribution when it comes to people like this. You guys are saying things right now that is completely fucking ridiculous, okay? You're saying things without even assuming how it reflects on yourself, how it reflects on the left, how it reflects on people like myself, deliberately putting someone like myself in the fucking crosshairs in the line of fire. There's never going to be a moment where I will ever advocate for fucking political violence of this sort for understandable reasons. One, because it's abhorrent, and two, because it's fucking, you know, like, what are you talking about? I need you to understand something. This could have, if it didn't happen in Utah, it could have happened in fucking Dartmouth. You get it, right? It can happen anytime I go out as well. If you know, this is a...
Dude, I really don't even know what to say about this. This is fucking insane. It's not, obviously what Hassan is saying, this is not the way to go about shit.
Even Charlie Kirk's own assessments about, like, well, gun violence is a necessary byproduct of having freedom. It doesn't mean that, like, you know, this is a cause to be fucking... This is a cause to be celebrated, okay? I know that our enemies, people in Charlie Kirk's audience, for example, would be celebrating if the same thing had happened to me, okay? But it doesn't matter. Like, be more careful. If not for morality, be more careful in terms of self-preservation. Because political violence
Holy
happens
shit.
no matter what, okay? And there will be violent retaliation as well. So just think, okay? Just think. The shot came straight at him, witness says. Former U.S. Congressman who was at the event with his daughter has told Fox News what happened when Kirk was shot. Everyone hit the deck, scattered. Former U.S. Representative Jason Chaffetz says he calls the violence shocking. Now, of course, it is shocking, but I guess in some ways it's not that...
Dude, what a fucking day. My brother calls me, says he's having a baby. Fucking Charlie Kirk gets shot while doing a speech. What the fuck is happening, dude? My world's been rocked a little bit.
Charlie normally his platforms is he's just sitting on the side of like the pavement and everyone's at eye level with him. But with this, he was more down lower, and then everyone just was around him in like this full.
We saw videos of from other people who saw the aftermath and didn't run immediately out because we ran straight away. But it looked like it was an older gentleman wearing a uniform who was taken away put in custody pretty much right afterwards.
It was a man in his 50s or 60s.
And just to be clear, Emma, you're saying that you saw that through a video because you ran off from the scene. You didn't actually see the man being taken into custody yourself?
We didn't, correct. We didn't actually see the man about 10 minutes ago, so 30 minutes after this all happened, I want to say. We found the people that we had originally interviewed with that were super happy to be there and excited, and they had recorded it, and so they were showing us from their phone.
Right.
Okay, so you saw videos from people that you had actually talked to ahead of time who had recorded it themselves. What else did they tell you?
I mean, nothing really from any of them. I think everyone still here is in so much shock. The university's been completely evacuated, so the only people left in the building are...
He's got his chat paused.
We have heard reports
Oh, there we
that
go.
Charlie Kirk is stable and breathing. That was a couple of maybe 10, 15 minutes ago.
but again,
Are they
it's not
really
confirmed.
reporting off
Yeah,
those Facebook? Okay, I can tell you things that I saw with my own two eyes with an absolute certainty. Right now, there's a lot of misinformation flying around. I myself have also shown you some of the things that people are suspecting that was going on. But one thing I can tell you with a certainty is that Charlie Kirk got shot. It was one in the video that is readily available that is circulated. There's two different videos, one from afar and one up close. Okay, both of the videos show that there was only one shot. Okay, both of the videos also show that he was shot in the neck, and he lost an unimaginable amount of blood. And immediately after the moment of impact, he got shot near the throat, and blood starts gushing out, like spraying, which is consistent with what is it, like a main artery.
Sorry, I just saw that shit too. It's fucking insane, dude. I don't think he's gonna make that. It's right in his neck. It is not. That's really. Oh my god.
But there is no confirmation that he actually has. There's no confirmation. The girl on CNN said that his condition is stable. There's no confirmation that he has died. Okay, there's no confirmation on that whatsoever.
Political ideas are presented. But
There were only a couple of protesters who were there, and they were in the balcony.
and Charlie Kirk even made a point said, look up there, there's security. There wasn't that many. There was probably about 3 or 4 posted. There's one.
The event was out in the open. I assume that there wasn't like a lot of security on the campus in general. He could still survive. There's a very low likelihood he could still survive. I don't know what the chances of survival without any sort of like significant debilitating life-altering injuries. Initially, there were initial reports off campus police that stated that one shot was fired. The speaker at the event, Charlie Kirk, was shot at, and that the shooter, the suspect, was apprehended. There was a video that was circulating around of an old man. There was a video that was circulating around of an old man being apprehended by police.
An old man?
According to BBC's latest reports, the gunman is not in custody, according to campus officials. Okay? So we don't know. We don't know if the suspect is at large.
Oh, shit, he's
but
not
the New
in
York Times
custody?
is now confirming that via school spokeswoman that the suspect is in custody.
Okay, so there's a lot of different information coming out. One saying that the suspect is in custody, one saying that they're not. We're gonna have to see. There's a video of an old man circulating, so I don't know if it's. We're gonna have to see. It's fucking insane, dude. Hassan has 90,000 people watching. That's fucking crazy.
Charlie Kirk, here's what to know. Updated 3 minutes ago. Charlie Kirk, the head of Turning Point USA, the nation's preeminent right-wing youth activist organization, was shot in the neck on Wednesday while speaking at a campus event at Utah Valley University. Cell phone videos posted online showed people running from the event after a gunshot rang out. One single gunshot. One video appeared to show Mr. Kirk's head jerking back as blood poured from his neck. He had been delivering remarks while sitting under a tent with the slogan, "The American Comeback," printed on it. A university spokeswoman, Ellen Trenor, said that Mr. Kirk was struck about 20 minutes after he began speaking on campus. She said a suspect had fired at Mr. Kirk from the Lucy Center, a building about 200 yards away, and had been taken into custody. The suspect was not a student, she said. Condition unknown. Ms. Triner said Mr. Kirk's security had taken him away after the shooting, and she did not have any information on his condition. Andrew Colvette, a spokesman for TPUSA, confirmed that Mr. Kirk had been shot in the neck. President Trump posted on social media in support of Mr. Kirk. Benjamin Netanyahu posted, saying, "Pray for Charlie Kirk. We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot," he wrote on Truth Social. "A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." A close ally, Mr. Kirk, 31, has emerged in recent years as one of the most influential young right-wing figures in the country and established himself as a close ally to the president. Mr. Kirk co-founded Turning Point USA in 2012 and has since become a fixture on college campuses where he hosts rallies like the one in Utah that often draw large crowds. Even though he's not part of the administration, Mr. Kirk's influence in the White House is significant. Since the November election, he has helped vet prospective appointees, testing their loyalty to Mr. Trump. Okay? My own interactions with Charlie Kirk start around 2015, where I debated him at Politicon when he was an upstart, basically creating Turning Point USA as a entity that was specifically designed to manipulate college campus elections and student government elections in general in high schools and college campuses, heavily funded by Republican donor Foster Friess, who passed away. I debated him publicly twice at Politicon on 2 different occasions, and I was slated to debate.
Are you fucking okay, dude? Don't come in here and put people's... What the fuck, dude?
Republican media ecosystem works and how they prop up figureheads and how they bring in figureheads from the right directly into the horizontal and vertically integrated media infrastructure that the Republican Party uses, the propaganda outlets of the Republican Party uses, because Charlie Kirk and myself basically gained prominence in American politics on opposing sides
You're fucking stupid.
at about the same time.
Okay, that was crazy. Let's
And
go to YouTube.
his-
Let's get off of Hassan. That's fucking nuts.
That's a lot of people, Utah, I'll tell you what.
This was apparently posted right before the shooting happened.
All right, we're going to get started, everybody. You know how it works. Question and answer. Also, thank you to Lane from Wire Refi. That was great. Really appreciate it. And we're going to be here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
Why are they so hyped up? Alright, that's kind of just whatever.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. We're coming on the air because ABC News has confirmed conservative activist and podcaster Charlie Kirk has been shot during an event at Utah Valley University. The founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative student organization, is known for his outspoken views on politics, culture, religion, often taking his messages to colleges and universities, sparking sometimes pretty heated debates on campus. Let's get right to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky. Aaron, what do you know?
I'm just trying to find any more information on it.
Right here on the air that there was none. They simply had the place open at the university. People walked in, as apparently they normally do, and sat down for this event. What are you hearing about security going forward, or at least since then?
Well, we did have a witness indicate that there was no screening for individuals prior to attending the event, which is surprising on the one hand because of Charlie Kirk's notoriety and the explosion in political violence that we've seen in this country. At this time, we should anticipate that a range of law enforcement entities are in working to ensure that this is an isolated threat. Law enforcement and intelligence officials have been warning for years that the biggest threat, terrorism-related threat facing this country, comes from what we call lone actors, individuals who radicalize and
literally sicked the entire fucking Donald Trump sicked the National Guard on DC because of big balls getting jumped by a 15-year-old teenager. One 15-year-old girl and one 15-year-old boy. What the fuck do you think he's going to do after this when one of his top advisors,
Julio, are you just now getting back?
times as a creditor to his success with Gen Z voters, was shot in the fucking neck in Utah? Okay?
It's fucking
This
insane.
I don't even know where we go from this moment on.
Julio, Charlie Kirk was shot in Utah.
I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what the administration is going to do. I just don't think that they're going to be normal about it, okay? So think about that. University says a suspect is in custody after Charlie Kirk was shot at an event. And yeah, one of the biggest fucking reactionary monsters out there is Elon Musk, and he's already started saying the left is the party of murder. We don't know the background or the profile of the shooter. We do know that statistically speaking, these sorts of political violent incidents do not actually often come from the left, but it is usually right-wingers, former Trump supporters themselves shooting at Trump, people who have voted for Trump shooting at Trump, you know, or attempting to assassinate Trump. Obviously, I mean, and Utah is also a very right-wing state. We don't know. Of course, I'm not going to still debate him. What are you talking about? How am I supposed to debate him? We don't even know if he's alive. No, Chatter, stop asking me stupid questions.
For real, that was fucking stupid.
Come on, man. Abby D. Phillips says, the degree to which the algorithm on this platform is pushing video of the shooting is incredibly disturbing. There has to be some human that can turn the dial down in a situation like this. You know, yeah, the human that would turn the dial down, I don't think is interested in turning the dial down. I think...
Fuck no, Elon Musk doesn't want to turn the dial down. He wants to turn that shit way up. He wants to make it seem like... Of course, Elon Musk... I don't know what to say. But that's what the whole fucking Twitter platform is. It's just like abhorrent content. Ever since Elon Musk fucking bought it.
This is the 46th shooting at a school this year. Guys, don't link me AF Post. We don't know yet. AF Post is not giving a firm confirmation. Okay, just wait. Wait until there is a real news report. Not from America First. I don't know how the fuck I do public events going forward. Like, I don't know. It's just not. Oh, there's another angle of the video as well. A third angle. Oh, God. Maybe he survives this. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know how. Turning Point USA confirms the shooting, says Kirk is in the hospital. Turning Point USA, the conservative youth organization founded by Charlie Kirk, confirmed in a statement to CNN that Kirk was shot during the organization's campus tour stop on Wednesday. This is an ongoing situation. We can confirm that Charlie Kirk has been shot. He's in the hospital and we're preparing for him at the time. Why won't anybody say that his condition is fucking stable, dude? Like, I don't understand. Every single person just keeps saying he's in the hospital.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Or
yeah, Julio, it's fucking crazy. You know who Charlie Kirk is, right? I'm sure you've seen some of his videos.
I'm looking to see if it's updated, and I haven't seen
I saw that too.
Any updates on this at all.
Because, as I said, this was the first time he was going to be out on the road this fall.
It's
there were
America
more than a
First
dozen
Post.
of
They don't
these
fucking know
scheduled in the
shit.
coming months. And, you know, Turning Point USA, the group that he runs, is now confirming, quote, Kirk has been shot. He is in the hospital, and we are praying for him at this time. The prayers are so all-consuming right now and bipartisan. Everyone from President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance to members of the cabinet to Democratic leaders like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. Bipartisan condemnation of this act of political violence. It's a reminder, Brianna, that in a country like America, in a democracy, we only have a democracy if we settle our disagreements with words, not with violence. You know, for the liberals, for the anti-Trump voices, for the anti-Kirk voices out there who feel despair, you know, about the direction of the country's politics, the way to address that is through words, not through violence. And so whenever we see one of these appalling crimes,
I need to go do a dab. I'll be right back.
It is disturbing because it cuts to the core of how the American democracy functions.
Yeah, certainly does.
Turning Points USA just released a statement to CNN confirming the shooting. They say this is an ongoing situation. Kirk is in the hospital, and we are praying for him at this time. David Chalian and Laura Coates are with us. And David, it's important to state again just the significance of Kirk in politics, and specifically his appeal to younger conservatives on college campuses, in large part has to do with his accessibility, his desire to get out in front of a crowd and debate.
Yeah. You know, it's hard to hold these two things simultaneously. When you're dealing with a story like this of just potentially horrific, just tragic political violence, unacceptable political violence in this country, the fact that he is a conservative star is central to that, right? We're talking about political violence. And yet, and I know this is maybe hard for like cable TV news viewers or political news consumers, everything gets so divided up and everybody, you know, we're in such a polarized time. So we also have to separate out the human tragedy that's happening right here. And the fact that this person, that Charlie Kirk, has devoted his career, again, I get that a lot of people watching right now may find his views abhorrent or maybe totally have worked against him politically. But the fact that he was the conservative star that he was, the fact that he was putting himself in the public spotlight to advance his beliefs and advance a movement seems to be at the very cause as to why he was shot today and why his family may be shattered. And again, we don't know his condition right now, and our prayers should be going his way and his family's way, and they are. But it's impossible in this moment that you don't want politics to be part of it at all. It is impossible to separate it because it is clearly, it seems from everything we know, this is going to be the centerpiece of a conversation about unacceptable political violence in this country and how this country can move from this moment forward to a place where that decreases or where that is less. I think that seems pretty elusive to America right now.
I think it does, David.
Yeah, I don't know if it's real. Thank you for treating Mal. She was hungry and needed a treat. I wonder if she's going to level up soon.
That feels different, and yet when you
I already got motherfuckers commenting in my chat.
Yes, Charlie Kirk got shot.
Like on my
fucking insane, huh?
Look, this is what I mean, okay? This is what I fucking mean.
In sort of this modern era,
Someone going, should have been him and not Kirk.
It's really not
like that just happened. That's a YouTube notification from literally
political objectives are. It's horrifying. It's horrifying.
a minute ago.
And it's not sustainable, it seems to me, like in this
Do you understand?
democratic experience and experiment that we are ongoing.
This is what I have to, I mean, I deal with this like literally every fucking day of the week. I deal with this every day of the week. So it's a little bit, you know, it's a little.
I don't know if it was for sure an old guy, Julio. They were saying that at first, but they were also saying that might not be true. I'm waiting for an official statement to come out.
I know I probably sound naive saying that.
Probably some Hassan watcher. It's probably not some Hassan watcher because, you know, considering that like 95% of political violence has been done by the right, I suspect it's probably another fallen right winger. I could be wrong, but that's just my guess. Obviously, there hasn't been anything that's come out yet, so we'll have to see.
Who said that they would justify gunning me down in the fucking street. That wasn't even a month ago. That was a couple of weeks ago. So remember, America is an incredibly fucking violent country. Everybody has guns, and political violence often comes from the marketplace of ideas, the right wing in general, even if it's like directed at the right. Okay.
And safety has always been top of mind. What guaranteed safety?
Yeah, look at this.
Speaker and also the community at large. This will be a very big
They
conversation there. But I put my prosecutor brain on again with a suspect in custody.
I forgot you're the pro-Israel dude coming in here. Now you want to argue about political violence. I'm not doing that right now. I'm trying to wait for real information to come out, and then we can talk, okay?
I was posting it too. Charlie Kirk was scheduled to debate progressive influencer Hassan Piker at Dartmouth College on September 25th. On his Twitch livestream, Piker reacted to the news with horror, urging some of his followers to stop making jokes about the shooting, and he expressed fear that he could be similarly targeted. This is a terrifying incident, Piker said. The reverberation of people seeking out vengeance in the aftermath of this violent, abhorrent incident is going to be genuinely worrisome.
Amend or reinforce laws to ensure, much like hate crime legislation that came before, the idea of if there are specific aspects you are targeting of a person can increase penalties, undermine the ability to actually have those crimes occur. And so this will be a part of the conversation. And again, we're talking about what appears to be just a guess here, given the facts we have, a premeditated act. If it's premeditated, if there's only been one shot fired, not targeting any other person, this is no longer generalized violence, and that means the investigative trail begins. It is electronic. It is what was on that person's body, how many cell phones, who they communicated with, where they may have been before this, who knew about.
Both of the people that tried to shoot Trump were both right-wingers. What are you talking about? Other than the insurrection, I just gave you two. Both of the people that tried to shoot Trump, like every single school shooter has had like weird right-wing Nazi ideology. And that's not to say that leftists do no political violence, because they do. But I'm just saying the vast majority is done by right-wingers. I'm not going off of like how my feelings feel. I'm going off of the evidence and statistics. Again, we don't know who did this yet, so I'm not making any judgments. We don't know. Obviously, what's to be said right now is that political violence is never the answer, and it's abhorrent, regardless of what you think about what the person's saying. It's not the way to go about shit.
Process what it would be like to explain to these young children that daddy is hurt and will he or ever.
We certainly are awaiting answers as to his medical condition.
A Turning Point USA official says Charlie Kirk is at the hospital, but it doesn't look good. Confirmed Kirk was shot in the neck. This is from Jennifer J. Jacobs, CBS News senior White House reporter. Here's a video of the old man being walked away in cuffs. Footage showing the person who allegedly shot Charlie Kirk being taken into custody. As of now, we have no firm confirmation that this was the actual shooter. For the record, this is just footage of a suspect being apprehended. I'm going to repeat once again. This is footage of a suspect being apprehended. It's
Why are his pants down?
Clear as well.
Oh my God, they're carrying him.
We don't. I mean, look, in a normal environment, if we lived in normal times, if we had a normal, responsible government and not a bunch of fucking psychopaths running the show, they would look at this incident and go, we have to actually take serious precautions and we have to look at gun control seriously. Okay? Charlie.
Exactly what I was saying. It's about gun control. Like, why the fuck does a citizen have access to a sniper? Like, what the fuck do you need that for? Other than, like, I guess hunting, like, far game. But even that, you're not going to use a sniper on that.
Gun violence is a unfortunate but necessary side effect of having the freedom of the Second Amendment. Okay? Quite literally, he has verbalized his opinions on this issue with the false notion, with the false assumption that it might not ever happen.
You're such a dumb fuck, bro. You're just trying to get a reaction, and you're just an idiot. I remember exactly who you are. I didn't forget how stupid you are.
Okay? But one that hasn't said that in the aftermath of Sandy Hook is most likely not going to say that in the aftermath of this incident as well, especially considering that there are school shootings happening with regular frequency. As I've said already, the Charlie Kirk shooting is the 46th school shooting that has taken place this year. 46. Yes, he said this. Charlie Kirk says gun deaths, unfortunately, worth it to keep the Second Amendment. You only say this if you don't think that you will ever be a victim to such political violence. Okay? I very much understand that this is a constant reality, for the record. Both political violence and just gun violence in general. Okay? There has been a 47th now, a fresh one in the same county as Columbine. Jesus Christ. There is
What the
another school
fuck?
shooting happening as this took place. Wait, what? Multiple people shot at Evergreen High School in Jefferson County? Okay, well, this is also breaking news. I'm not going to go into it, but
Dude, we
AP
live in a
says he's in critical
completely
condition. Is that
fucked
what it is?
country.
Kirk, okay. Associated Press has an update. Says Kirk is being treated and is in critical condition. A law enforcement official briefed on anonymity because they were not authorized to publicly discuss the matter. Kirk
Julio, do you want to play Fortnite and talk about this? Crazy as fuck.
on cable TV, where he leaned into the culture wars and helped praise on then President Trump. I urge people on the opposing side
We need gun
of
control.
American politics to really reconsider. Yeah, I saw I got a mention in the New York Times. I know, because I was slated to debate him in 2 weeks. For the people who keep saying, brother, you need to get security. You need to understand, Charlie Kirk had security. He had a lot more security than I have ever had. I don't usually have security at all. Okay? I don't have any security when I go out to these sorts of events. I've done numerous public speaking engagements.
It's fucking terrifying though. Like I would not
never
be
bring
doing any
security
fucking
on
public
purpose.
speaking.
It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't have to be like this. And the reality of the matter is, this is a systematic problem. This is a systemic issue. Okay? Charlie Kirk had security. What do you do when someone is shooting at you from 200 yards away? Do you understand? That's why you have to solve this issue with good governance. I don't know what will happen with Dartmouth. I am not in contact with them. I've already informed my management on obviously Charlie Kirk getting shot. So we'll see what takes place now. I don't think that I know that it's not going to be with Charlie, but I don't know if there's going to be an event.
Yes, it was 200 yards away, and they said that there was no vetting on the people, so I don't think they did like a security check. And it seems like he was in a building or on top of a building, so maybe they just didn't have a perimeter that long. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to prevent somebody shooting you from 200 yards away if they're tucked in a building behind a window? You know what I mean? It's like impossible. What the fuck? Easy for him to tell people to reconsider because he isn't affected by the day-to-day things Kirk advocated for. I mean, I don't know, dude. Regardless of how you feel about the guy, it's scary as fuck to be going out there talking about politics and having to worry about being shot in the neck. Regardless, this could have been somebody on the left. It could have been somebody on the right. I'm not going to sit here and act like this is just normal and okay. It's fucked up. The video is haunting. It really is. It's fucking horrific.
This isn't like before people say, oh man, you know, you're making this political or whatever, but like this is an issue. I need you to understand. This is an issue that is obviously very close to myself, considering that not only do I engage in public speaking with regular frequency at events as a very visible political commentator who just yesterday was called a terrorist and a 9/11 lover by the former governor of New York. Okay, there is a lot of tuning up, and you know, there's a lot of agitation that I receive. I receive death threats with regular frequency. All this stuff is very close to the chest. Okay, and there is not really anything you can do here aside from just not doing any fucking public speaking engagements. There's not really anything you can do here aside from, you know, existing in a more secure society, one that has significant restrictions on who can have guns. That's it. He had a 10-man private security detail for this event, along with campus and local police. Not fully confirmed, though. No, I know he has mad security. I know. But what do you do, regardless, in that situation where someone fires from 200 yards away and shoots Charlie Kirk directly in the neck?
2 football fields away.
There's nothing you can do in that situation. There's nothing I would be able to do in that situation. It's just a matter of luck. It makes me consider that all of the incidents that have taken place thus far, where you know, I don't know.
Some laws pull.
What if they did
a mixed rap sheet according to every town and other gun control groups?
Absolutely. Anna Schechter, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your insight. And CBS News political analyst and Republican strategist Leslie Sanchez joins us now on the phone. Leslie, what are you hearing from the people that you know?
I was speaking to folks on the ground. I mean,
So the reports now are that it doesn't look good for him from an official spokesperson for Charlie Kirk. He was moved to the hospital, and then now they're saying he's in critical condition, and it doesn't look good.
cannot reiterate enough. One person there said this is a safe haven environment for Kirk. Utah Valley University is extremely conservative, and the community came out in large numbers to support not only his mission, but this conservative movement. He is the next generation of conservatism. He has unapologetically really been a voice for many people who wanted to challenge these cultural battlegrounds and challenge those lines. But as one person there just reminded me, democracy needs voices and dialogue, not fear of these bullets. And so it's so gut-wrenching, all of this, and I think it's been reiterated by my colleagues in listening to the broadcast, is the response at the highest levels, at the White House, the president, across party lines has been very swift because he is such a strong advocate who has been in the trenches, in the communities, with the college students. And that voice is part of our democracy that must be protected.
It really speaks to the scale and the scope of his reach, that he does have this kind of reaction that is pouring out, as you mentioned, Leslie, at the highest levels. And you also talk about one of the mainstays, essentially, of what his movement is. This Prove Me Wrong tour was about, at least this portion of it, having someone sit in front of him and debate.
Okay, so there's no more information really coming out right now. I don't really know what to say about it. It's fucking crazy. I'm sure we're gonna
2
get
weeks from
information
now
soon.
at Dartmouth University. This is why I'm saying it's a you know, I have a closeness to the
I honestly
incident.
don't know how he survives that. It's crazy.
They wanted to interview me, and then this thing took a while. They were just like, hey, just give me your number, and then sent me on my way. So
pretty.
Yeah, it was.
Well, Leslie, thank you very much. Get your thoughts there. So we've heard from a number now of witnesses that me and others that have interviewed of people that were inside there, or I should say outside because it is an outdoor venue, when the shots were fired, when Charlie Kirk was shot. That's what we've got here from the west side of UVU campus. We'll continue to be here, but we'll send it for now back to you, Brooke and Tamara, in the studio.
Daniel Woodruff reporting live from UVU campus, where earlier today Charlie Kirk was shot. And we are hearing from the AP, who has confirmed that Charlie Kirk is in critical condition at a hospital, again, after being shot at this event held at UVU.
And though we don't know any other medical details on that, I think that's an exhale for a lot of people right now to at least hear the initial report of critical condition. The shot was fired. He recoiled. Bystanders describe him recoiling and immediately falling to the ground. It was quite a visually traumatic scene. But that's the latest update we can give, is that he is in critical condition. Dan Rascone is live there on the campus of Utah Valley University. Dan, orient us as to where you are.
Yeah, pretty incredible scene out here as far as talking to students. But let me give you a little idea as to where we're at here. Many of you, of course, know where the UCCU Center is at. We're just north of it right here. You can see all the traffic here, people trying to get out of this location, traffic completely backed up, a lot of cops, a lot of officers from a variety of different agencies all out here trying to be able to kind of lock down the campus, of course. And we've been hearing from students all along here. Many of these students right here, all these students have their own story. Let's start at the end here and kind of get your reaction. It's Ike,
yes,
did you
sir.
say? Okay, Ike, tell me a little bit about where you were at, how close you were, and what you saw.
Yeah, so I was about 20 yards off the right-hand side of Charlie. Obviously, it's a traumatic thing. Nobody should have to see that in their lifetime. The taking of a life is hurtful and hard to see. But, you know, we were talking about, he was having a conversation with somebody about gun violence, actually. And he was hit in kind of the left upper neck area, kind of in the carotid artery area. And it was just a traumatic thing to see. I feel bad for all these wonderful students and alumni that were present and had to see that. It's a tough thing to see, but obviously it's a very serious thing that we need to all be able to work through and work through together as a community and come together and really rally around Charlie and his family. Nobody should have to worry about their father or husband going out and doing the things that he loves, and that's a tough thing to see.
How many shots did you hear, and what happened right after he was hit? What was the mood of the crowd?
Yeah, one shot rang out from what I heard. I don't know if anybody else heard different. One shot rang out and hit Charlie, struck Charlie, and I don't know if it's angels or good bystanders who jumped in and stopped more shots from coming, but I'm grateful that if somebody did, they deserve high praise. One shot hit Charlie, one shot.
Here, this is a video of the alleged shooter.
Was that you? We don't know if it's him or not.
He says, we don't know if it's him or not. I don't understand what took place here. Like, I don't, the profile of the suspect is just like, it makes no fucking sense.
That was a different guy from the one before too, I think. And he's right, the profile doesn't make any sense. Like, why do they keep saying it's an old guy? That doesn't make any sense. He's a Republican pundit for specifically young people to get into the Republican Party, so it's just weird.
Is the
fucked up.
Where's the gun? We don't know anything.
Hey, let him in! Hey, leave it.
The Deseret News article is probably not as up to date if they're saying the suspect is not in custody, because everything that I have seen so far, from mainstream outlets has been that the suspect is in custody. I have no reason to believe that is not the suspect, considering that that's what the media is presenting it as. Obviously, we are going to be awaiting some kind of report from the police that will give us more details. It's important to wait in these moments to get like verified information, but we'll see. He's Mormon too. Those were garments. Oh, he had the Mormon underwear on, because his pants fell off while they were moving him around. I don't know if they wore the Mormon underwear.
But that still doesn't make sense why like his pants were down.
Young people who attended the recent Turning Point events expressed.
You don't believe in free speech, huh? I believe in free speech. You're in my fucking Twitch chat. I can delete your messages if I want to. You know what I mean? Like, you're a dumb fuck. And I don't want to read out every dumbass thing you say.
I wonder if these guys are going to, like, put two and two together, by the way, about like the ready availability of weapons and how all it takes is just one fucking person. You know, they just, it seems like they're not. It seems like they're able to compartmentalize this as a totally separate thing, as though this is the type of violent incident that is, unfortunate, but always going to happen and has nothing to do with like the increased likelihood of political violence taking place with weapons, because you can just like purchase an arsenal of gear to do things like this.
That's what I've been saying.
People
Like,
then turn around.
why the fuck does some civilian have access to a like long range sniper rifle?
You feel safe when you're walking the streets of Japan because they don't have guns. Like, that's a major part of the reason, okay? There's just the people that you are around are not at any given moment could take out a weapon and shoot you. I know a lot of people have said the county he was in had a lot of extreme Z supporters, along with InfoWars dude a few weeks ago saying Charlie Kirk was concerned about it. Z supporters? What does that even mean? The old dude isn't the shooter, according to New York Times.
That's what I was saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense for the shooter to be this old dude.
New York Times confirms that the person in custody is not the shooter. I'm so confused.
So is the shooter still not in custody?
So the person is not in custody? What? The police have determined that a person who was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooter, according to Scott Trotter, a university spokesman. This is 2 minutes ago. The university had earlier said a suspect was in custody, and video showed an older man being detained by police officers. Oh, Russia supporters, like Z as in Russian supporters. A previous person they interviewed on Fox said the guy they arrested is someone he knows named George, and that George was poor but wouldn't shoot someone. Major English Esquire.
That's not proof.
Like I
gotta
said,
sneeze.
Big Balls getting beat up. Big Balls getting beat up triggered a military occupation of D.C.
It literally did, and now you have people in my chat saying we need to fucking enforce martial law and shit. Like, that's what I was about to get into. It's like people are gonna be like, we need to fucking send the military here. It's like, no. Obviously, the real fucking solution to this is doing some sort of gun control in this country. You know, the country where you have 2 fucking school shootings happening at the same time. It's ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? And they're going to be like, no, we actually need to send the National Guard. Like, these are systemic problems. They're not just, like, things that require a Band-Aid solution, like sending the military in. So fucking stupid.
According to the CNN article, Charlie Kirk was answering a question about transgender mass shooters in America seconds before he was shot. The exchange goes as follows. Audience member, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Charlie Kirk, too many. The same audience member went on to say the number is 5 and proceeded to ask if Kirk knows how many mass shooters have been in America over the last 10 years. Counting or not counting gang violence. Seconds later, the sound of a pop is heard and the crowd screams as Kirk gets shot and recoils in his seat. Crazy, just last week you were watching a video about him too? Brother, it's not even watching a video about Charlie Kirk. I was supposed to be at a public event alongside Charlie Kirk where I was supposed to debate Charlie Kirk 2 weeks from now. And if you were unaware of that, and that is because I usually don't fucking promote this kind of stuff ahead of time for obvious reasons.
Yeah, for obvious fucking reasons. Jesus Christ. Gotta pop a Zen in for this one, dude.
Ay, ay, ay. The old man is a Hinckley Institute frequenter, according to a friend of mine who goes to U of U currently. He's a conservative, and my source says it wouldn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't seem like that person is the one who actually did it anyway.
I mean, we're just gonna have to wait for more information on the shooter or the suspect. But now they're saying
while
that they
this is
don't
taking
have him in
place, apparently
custody.
there's also another high school shooting that's taking place in Colorado as well. Obviously, I'm not going to get into it until we have more details. But the conservative commentator Glenn Beck told Megyn Kelly on her live YouTube show that his daughter was at the event where Kirk was shot. She confirmed on Instagram that she was about 10 feet away and saw everything. Grums is replying to your tweets insinuating that you wanted this. Dude, why would I fucking want this? I literally have debated him publicly. I was supposed to debate him 2 weeks from now. Why the fuck would I ever want this? Are you stupid? Do you think I want to die? Do you think I'm suicidal? What are you, dumb? I'm a fucking political commentator that gets death threats every fucking day. 1,000,000 times a day. People call me a terrorist up and down the internet. I do public events all the time. Do you think I think this is good? Like, think for a moment. Even political ideologies aside, okay? Political ideologies aside, think for a brief moment. Does this person have self-preservation? Me. Do I have self-preservation? Do I think about things like this potentially happening? Is this not on the back of my mind, for example? It is.
What the fuck?
People are actively, because we are so desensitized to violence in general in this country, the one country where this just keeps happening over and over again, people now don't even wait. There's no thoughts. There's no prayers. They just immediately go, who is my immediate enemy that I can shift the blame over to? How can I redirect the conversation?
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's because they don't want to have the actual conversation about talking or about gun violence or about gun control. They just want to shift it to like being like, oh, this is a leftist violence problem, when in reality it's a political violence across the spectrum problem. And regardless, people shouldn't be having to worry about being shot to death on the streets. That's why when you like see people talking about, oh, I feel safe walking through the streets in the UK, it's because they don't have fucking a gun or 2 guns per people in their country. Like, I don't, call me crazy, but maybe every citizen should not have access to like an arsenal of weapons at their disposal. Because it just takes one fucking crazy person, like regardless of political ideologies, it just takes one fucking nut job to go out there and decide they want to shoot you. And it's fucking over. And that's ridiculous. Like, what kind of fucking society are you living in when you have to worry about being shot 24/7?
Is horrifying. We cannot normalize or condone violence of any kind, especially across political differences. Minneapolis has been recently impacted and traumatized by a similar disregard for life. Gun violence must end. It doesn't matter how despicable you find people, okay? This is obviously an incredibly dangerous precedent. Kamala Harris, the former vice president, said on social media she was deeply disturbed by the shooting of Kirk. I condemn this act and we must all work together to ensure this does not lead to more violence. Where is as far as the shooter, whether he's in custody or not, like I don't understand. They keep going back and forth on whether or not the shooter is in custody or not in custody. The police have determined that the person who was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooter, according to Scott Trotter, a university spokesman. So I think like the old person that they apprehended might not have been the shooter after all. I don't. Insane that the close-up video has 4 million views on Twitter and is still up. Yes, of course. Of course, because the owner of the website, Elon Musk, is a.
All right, I'm gonna play some Fortnite, but I'm gonna leave Hassan talking in the background because I want to get some updates if there is anything. But I think it'll be
leftist violence
better to have something playing in the background.
All they need like bias confirmation of this sort. Suspect not yet in custody is an insane statement, by the way. Like, I don't understand. So did the dude get away? Is he at large? What the fuck is going on? This is one of the most televised and filmed events of all fucking time. So the very fact that they are not actually able to figure out what the fuck took place here is crazy to me. Yes, he was sniped from 200 yards away.
How do they know that and they haven't got him in
200
custody?
yards away.
How do they know that he was sniped from 200 yards away but haven't had the person in
What is this?
custody?
Utah Speaker
What I
Mike
don't
Schultz
understand.
confirms Charlie Kirk is dead. Brigham Tomko, politics reporter of Deseret, says Charlie Kirk, 2 sources tell me Charlie Kirk is confirmed dead.
Oh shit. Alright, there's reports that he's been confirmed dead now.
Or 200 feet, not 200 yards?
Oh wait, was it 200 feet?
Audio, the footage
Because that's
is not,
way
oh,
different.
it's 200 feet.
Okay, so 200 feet.
It was not a sniper. It sounded like a handgun. Initially, they said, wait, what? There's a new version of this post. That was from an hour ago. Utah Speaker Mike Schultz confirms Charlie Kirk is dead. Last edited 2 minutes ago. I mean, I'll await further confirmation. Is a rifle, you don't hit a shot like that with a handgun? Yeah, that's virtually impossible. I mean, it could. Because it's a bullet, you know? A bullet is a bullet, but it would have to be like an insanely unlikely. It's just impossible. Like, it's virtually impossible. It just doesn't. It's ridiculous. CNN is reporting that the suspect who shot Charlie Kirk did so from 200 yards away. I don't know.
There's so much conflicting
If that's
reporting.
true, it means he was further away than the Trump assassin in Pennsylvania and further away than Lee Harvey Oswald was when he shot Kennedy. It must be 200. It must be 200 feet and not 200 yard, right? Like 200 yards is like, I mean, that's an insane shot. That's like historic, right? Am I crazy? How many football fields is that?
2.
Two football fields length. Yeah, no, that's. But if it's also 200 feet away, then I feel like they would have apprehended the shooter instantly. You know what I mean? And the initial reporting, I think, said 200. The initial reporting said 200 yards. I'm pretty sure. The university spokesperson and a lot of people. A lot of the original reporting said 200 yards. And the very fact that they were not able to apprehend, like the New York Times reporting said 200 yards, but now NBC is saying 200 feet.
It's got to be 200 feet because 200 yards is insane.
We have no information. We have no information at the time about who the shooter was, what weapon they used. I will obviously update as we get more information, but so far there is no additional information about any of those things.
You have a lot of traffic backup
quick.
migrating
Hold
out. These two students here decided to chat with us for a minute. They're just waiting out the wait, which is quite long, and I appreciate you being willing to talk with us. Austin Watson, Sierra Arbon, you were there this afternoon. Just tell me how it went down from your eyes.
I mean, it was pretty chaotic with all the people. There was hundreds and hundreds of people in attendance that were just listening. I mean, he had a huge support here. Everyone was cheering for him. There was obviously some protesters too. And then it was honestly pretty hard to hear. So I guess what had happened was someone asked him a question about gun violence, and then we heard
No Fed posting.
for a second it was like it didn't even feel like it was like actually happening. It almost sounded like a firecracker. And then from where I was standing, I wasn't right up next to him, but I saw him double over, and then everybody like went down to the ground. And then after a few seconds, it was just like a sea of people just trying to get out of there.
Holy shit.
And yeah, there's videos you can see online. There's just everyone's coming out full speed, and there's phones on the ground, AirPods, like everything. Everyone's just leaving all their stuff, and it was pretty chaotic. So it was crazy.
Sierra, you were watching that. What went through your mind as this was just happening?
A lot of things were going through my mind. I was thinking
Sorry, I think I turned off the sticker thing.
I was supposed to be at work, but then it got canceled. And I was scared. It was a scary situation, but kind of along the same lines as Austin. I thought at first that it was a firecracker, and then I realized that was a gunshot, because I'm short, so I didn't see above the crowd. I couldn't really see Charlie when it happened, but yeah, it was scary.
What interested you most about Charlie Kirk and why you came out today?
Well,
A lot of things going through her mind, but luckily, oh my God, chill, dude. You can stop. You know, you're being a little nutty with it.
And I lean more that way, so I just was interested to see what questions other students at UVU had to ask, and what his response would be to them is really it.
Austin, you followed him a little bit more. Tell me just your thoughts.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really respect Charlie as a person. He's a great person. He's a family guy, a good Christian. Like, he has strong beliefs.
Well,
they
I don't know
chatted
about
a lot
all
about
that.
religion right before it happened. I mean, there was only one question before the shooting, but I really think he's a great person, and he sticks up for what he believes in, and I respect that. And I enjoy watching him debate people. He knows what he's talking about, and he comes from a state of logic, and I respect that a lot. And so
Trust me. No, I get it. Just in the chat a little bit, chill out. You're chill as can be, I understand, but you know.
what Utah's about, and have his support group here, because I know a lot of people really respect him here. So it's pretty sad that it had to happen here.
Well, I was going to say, just the fact that there was a shooting, he was shot, and at an event like this, your thoughts about that?
Honestly, it's kind of shocking just seeing how many hundreds and hundreds of people were there in support of him. And, you know, I think it's really sad. I think people are trying to prove a point. It didn't change my thoughts on the right to bear arms at all. And so it seems like it was kind of for nothing. And I think people just want recognition, and they want to think they're doing something in support of their beliefs. And I think that's pretty messed up. So.
Austin Watts, Sierra Arbon, I appreciate you being willing to chat with me for a few minutes. Everybody just trying to take this in, what happened here at UVU, and of course, trying to get away from campus is going to take a while. If I can actually just push the camera over here, I didn't prep Stuart for this, but if you look over here, there's this line of cars, and so it's going to take a while. Just getting in here is tough, getting out of here is tough. Some people just wanting to sit it out, because there is no easy way out of campus, as it has been closed, and as police, as we've seen, have been sweeping the grounds here. So we're going to change positions from where we are. We'll bring you more, but toss it back to the studio for now.
All right, Andrew, thank you for that update. We have an important update that we want to bring you now. Earlier, this is NBC reporting that the university had confirmed
A suspect in the shooting of Charlie Kirk is not in custody, so the shooter who reportedly shot is at large. I mean, we don't know. But Donald Trump spoke to New York Post. I asked Trump about how Charlie Kirk is doing. He's not doing well, he said on the phone. It looks very bad. How Trump is feeling, not good. He was a very, very good friend of mine, and he was a tremendous person.
Jesus.
Bro, he's talking in the past tense. He's talking in the fucking past
Prove me
tense, dude.
wrong tour. We understand he is in critical condition. We are checking in
I'll be
with
right
our news specialist that we have out there on campus. Let's go ahead and check in with Jody Reynosa right now. You are in one of the parking lots near where this event was taking place and had a chance to talk to some folks who were there and witnessed this.
That is correct. In fact, we are still seeing such heavy traffic, as everybody's mentioned before. Here is an egress right here. Pretty much every artery going in and out of campus is just packed. Because right here it looks like, oh, maybe there's a lull in traffic. Nope, you turn this way. I'm having Greg turn this way, and you have a whole line of traffic trying to exit. And parking lots right now, I'm seeing they're packed because of some students just wanting to kind of, you know, wait it out, see what's happening. Now, let me point you to the direction. Students are telling us that in between these buildings, so you see on the right side, there's like these little pyramids
America,
on the
dude.
top of that
Gunburger, Gunburger capital. Everyone, pickups, parking lots, guns, killings, everything. Everything is gun. Everything is burger. Everything is parking lot. Everything is fucking cars. Oh my fucking Lord, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Dude.
And as you mentioned before, I do have two students. These are unique students in that they are high school students, okay? They are at Cedar Valley in their senior year. They were just here on campus, though, to take a test. So I'm here with Ryder Warner and Kylie Stoffer. Okay, Ryder, let's start with you. Tell us, like, what was going on, because you were there at the venue when it first happened.
Yes, ma'am. We were driving past it. So when we passed it, obviously you have all the news cameras, all the cameras pointing towards them, all the students rushing in to go and see what's going on. So we got to witness that, and you know, just a normal talk by Charlie Kirk. It was kind of cool to see Charlie Kirk here. You know, we watch him on TV a lot, watch his clips a lot on YouTube, whatnot. So it was cool to see that. I was in a rush for a test, so I didn't get to stop and see, but I did get to see the venue. It was super pretty. Whole student body was there. It was super pretty to see. Got here, and it seemed like everything was in chaos. They were super hesitant about letting us test.
Before we get to the test, though, I want to just take us back to where you were in the venue, because you said you actually witnessed the shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when they shot, it was, I wasn't actually there. I just saw it afterwards, the aftermath. The cops rushing up, the helicopters flying in.
All right, there's more reports coming in that he's dead now, but it's still not confirmed completely, so.
Not Newsmax. Real America's Voice is saying that he's passed away. Trump is talking about Charlie Kirk in the past tense. This guy didn't even see the incident, by the way. He just saw it on the news. Okay, it's no different than like asking someone like you know, any number of different chatters in here. People got down in waves when shot was fired. Witness says Andrew Piscadlo was standing in the middle of the campus amphitheater on Wednesday waiting to debate Charlie Kirk about the 8th Amendment when a single shot rang out. It was surprising. No one really got down until the people in the front of the stage did. Mr. Piscadlo, 28 of Salt Lake City, said in a phone interview, people got down in waves. He had been in line at the campus event at Utah Valley University waiting to speak and debate Mr. Kirk, as students typically do in the so-called prove me wrong debates that Mr. Kirk, a right-wing activist, hosts. Confirmations are coming in slowly. I mean, this is Global Eye News, but it's just, it's, I obviously saw Utah Speaker Mike Schultz confirm Charlie Kirk is dead a while back from Brigham Tomko, who is the politics reporter at Deseret News. So we don't have confirmation yet, but like, it is. All I'm fucking saying is it is very, very, very unlikely that he survived that shot to the neck. After what I saw, I don't, you know, I just don't understand. I don't see how that happens.
Yeah, I don't really see how that happens either. It was insane. So there's a bunch of conflicting reports about it being either 200 feet or 200 yards. From what I've seen, I don't think they have a suspect in custody. They did detain, I think, 2 different people, but now they're saying that those people are not the suspects. So I don't know if this shooter's still at large. We're just going to have to wait for more information. It's trickling out slowly.
like OSINT accounts and things like that are utterly irrelevant in
Alice
this.
says, big news. Big news, everybody.
Information, then, you know, I mean, look, mainstream accounts right now are even reporting incorrect information. Like,
But I will say there has been like 2 or 3 different reports that he is dead. Now, those are not from like official networks or media, but one of them was from the speaker, the official speaker of Utah. I don't know exactly what that title means, but we're still not officially sure yet, but it's looking that way. I mean, I don't see how he survives that. It was insane.
right now, that's the last piece of.
And people are saying it was maybe a handgun. I don't think that's true either. It looks like it was too heavy of an impact to just be from a handgun. I don't know.
He's dead, but I'm not going to rush to that conclusion, but here is BBC's additional breaking news. Reporting person in custody has been released, according to CBS News' reports. University spokesman says that the person who was taken into custody after the shooting has since been released, which means that they did, like, it seems like they don't have the actual shooter. So does that imply that the actual shooter is at large? What does that mean?
Oh yeah.
There's a chance to save an individual, but so many factors at play medically in terms of GSW triage. I know the New York Post White House reporter asked Trump about it, and he spoke about him in the past tense. Not good. He was a very, very good friend of mine, and he was a tremendous person. That's what he said.
Oh, they're speaking about him in the past tense? Oh, shit.
How do they have so much security, but they can't find the shooter? I don't know. Because, I mean, if someone is capable of shooting from a distance like that, and they hadn't accounted for any sort of like counter snipers or anything like that, which of course there's no expectation that they should. Why should they? You know, this is not the fucking president. And even the president with sniper cover still almost got killed. I think we're forgetting, like when he was campaigning, he almost got fucking killed. Spectator Index says he's pronounced dead, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet. The way his body position was after shots, like he went decorticate, which means his spine may have been transected by the bullet, which means instant death. You are not wrong. This would be hard to survive. We don't know yet. He might have looked like that because he was grabbing the microphone. You don't know. There's a lot of different things you can't tell from just looking at that footage. Okay, we have to wait.
That's the thing. You can't just be jumping to conclusions. When something like this happens, there's so many people on Twitter and shit just saying random shit. So you have to wait for an official source. Now, with that being said, I do find it very hard to believe that he survives this, but you still need to wait.
The close-up shot of him being shot in the neck. But we don't have any certainty on the distance of the shooter. We don't know what weapon was used in the shooting. We don't know who the shooter is. The person that they suspected of being the shooter, the old man, was apprehended and then released. And the officials have said that he's not the. Officials have said that he is not the suspect. AP is reporting that there is a new suspect. Justin, person taken into custody after Charlie Kirk was shot in Utah is not believed to be the shooting suspect. Wait, is there a new suspect that was taken in? Where did you see that?
This has to be about the same ones, right? I find it crazy that they know it was from like 200 feet away, 200 yards away, whichever one it is, and they don't know who did it. Like, how do they have that information to begin with? Or is that just based on the people they detained at first? Like I said, we just don't know yet.
No new suspect. CNN is also reporting that he was not the shooter. Yeah. Yes, his Wikipedia page is updated to say he died, but that doesn't mean that that's a confirmation, chatters.
They're using Wikipedia as a
can't believe
confirmation.
I can't believe the incompetence of everything, everyone involved here as well. Oh, Jesus, the fucking audio is busted. I mean, I assume that it's virtually impossible for him to survive that.
That's the word that's around. And some people may be afraid. I don't think that most people are like hunkering down or fearing for their life.
I mean, I don't think they should be afraid really necessarily, but the thing, I mean, only because this was obviously like a targeted attack on Charlie Kirk, but it's fucking terrifying knowing that there's a shooter at large still. But this dude's like, oh, they shouldn't be worried. What the fuck, dude? Are you tripping?
I'm a little bit isolated here. Lots of phone calls and lots of communication going on, but all of it, so much hearsay.
No, of course, and we're of course reporting out with the official authorities, but as you were someone who was there, who was with Charlie Kirk today. Phil, before I let you go, I know it's been I'm sure, incredibly difficult day for you. What are your reflections? What were the things that Charlie Kirk said to you before this tragedy unfolded?
So again, talking to Charlie for the the 15 seconds that we talked, he remembered having met me before, and I told him who I was, and he's like, oh, of course, and I said, glad to have you here in Utah, and he just said, yeah, it's a great day. It's great day to be in Utah, and again, then all the kids are. That's where his attention was. It's not on old guys like me. He was there to really pump up the college kids, and he was doing that. It's fun to watch him. Yeah, like I say, he's taller and better looking than every time I see him. It's like he's really tall, and yeah, very, very friendly, very nice.
All right, Phil Lyman, a former Utah state representative, who of course was with Charlie Kirk today. I want to thank you very much for taking some time with us. I really appreciate it.
I
want to bring in now
right.
our Jeff Zeleny.
Yeah, Edinger Mentum says this is the one case where far right new media outlets are going to have the info quicker than the mainstream news, and they're all saying that he's dead. I know that they're all saying that he's dead. Trump is speaking about Charlie Kirk in the past tense. I'm not going to give you an official confirmation until there is an official confirmation.
I mean, that is true. It's looking like he is, and all the right-wing outlets, which would be the first to get this kind of news, are saying that he's dead, so I'm not going to confirm it, but it's looking that way.
His neck on the moment of fucking impact. It makes me feel it makes me feel as though it's it's super unlikely. I mean, that was a shit ton of blood in literally less than a fucking second.
Immediately.
We know that he's in the hospital so far, and the official reporting from the hospital is that he's in critical condition, which is of course expected. The scourge of gun violence and political violence must end. The shooting of Charlie Kirk is the latest incident of this chaos, and it must stop. We cannot go down this road. There's no place for it in America. We wish for his recovery. A doctor pronounces someone dead, not the news. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But the news will report once the doctor has pronounced someone dead. Do you not understand that?
Fucking people just be saying anything in chat.
Unlike any other. And I attended many of his rallies during the campaign, and he attracted
you're quoting Newsroom. Oh my God. Gross. Aaron Sorkin? Really?
Again, 31 years old. Casey, I can tell you the president, the White House, watching this very, very carefully. I've been talking to a Turning Point USA official who was on the ground in Utah. They are considerably worried about this moment, all in shock, of course, and in disbelief But President Trump is a friend of Charlie Kirk. So at some point we will obviously hear from him as well as the afternoon moves into the evening. But there is no one like Charlie Kirk in terms of his
I mean, that's true.
Since getting President Trump reelected, and that was clear. I'm thinking back to Inauguration Day. Charlie Kirk was seated in the Capitol Rotunda. He was a key part of the president's reelection effort and a very good friend of Donald Trump Jr.'s.
Why was Luigi's shooting celebrated, but this is tragic? Couple different reasons. I think there are a lot of people who have some semblance of like parasocial connection to Charlie Kirk, which is as weird as it sounds. It's a public event. It is at a school, and Charlie Kirk is not seen as someone who is like responsible for the social murder of tens of thousands of Americans. You know what I mean? So those are probably some of the reasons why. And for the record, there are a shit ton of people celebrating this as well. I'm not, for obvious reasons. I think people here have the capacity to understand why. You know. It's just like, I'm going to keep repeating this over and over again, but like, this is the ultimate fear. Okay? For a political commentator, this is it. This is the thing that you don't want happening. Okay? This is the thing that you never want happening. This is what a lot of people fantasize happening to me all the fucking time and say they will do to me all the fucking time. Obviously, especially because it's Charlie Kirk, someone who I have who I know personally. I'm not, fond of his worldview, obviously, but someone who I have debated in public settings on numerous occasions since 2015, and also someone who I was slated to debate at Dartmouth University 2 weeks from now. Do you understand?
That's fucking insane. You're supposed to debate him in 2 weeks? That's fucking scary as shit. In a public setting? Hell no. On a completely different note, why the fuck is Fortnite not loading?
New York Post confirmed the death. I mean, whoa, fucking Christ, they immediately.
Yeah, that's crazy as fuck, dude. You can't just be showing that shit. Some of us are trying to run a show over here.
They're hosting a press conference? When is it starting?
Yeah, they're doing a press conference.
Right now, shelter in place and wait for a police officer to come get you. But as you can see, I mean, just the parking lot here, it was definitely full a little while ago. Still a lot of cars here from those that are sheltering in place and such like that. But
okay,
just
so they have
waiting now
somebody in the building, or do they think they're in the building? Because they have a lot of officers.
to get the official word
Right
that
there.
it might be okay to come out. And here you can see a police officer right here, armed and just
They might just be sweeping like every building in the vicinity, though.
letting some students that are still in the building out of the building. So we'll continue to stay here. In fact, I was just chatting with an employee, a source of mine, somebody that I've known for a few years, saying that they were inside their offices right back in here. They were brought to the baseball field, and now they have been moved from the baseball field as they still try to figure out exactly what's going on with the suspect and everything about safety on that sort of thing. So again, we'll continue to stay here. We'll walk around, chat with some more people, and try to update you with more information as it becomes available.
Thank you so much. Alex Cabrera reporting live from us from UVU campus. And just want to bring your attention to the screen here. We were just looking at chopper video there, and we had just mentioned that Utah Valley University had sent out a post on X reminding folks that the campus is closed right now. Classes have since been canceled. And as we've been talking about talking to our reporters, there's still people trickling in, but as you can see from the Chopper 5 footage here, we did see what appeared to be law enforcement going door to door from building to building, and that coincides with what UVU has posted on X. They are making sure that the campus is secure. They're going building to building. If you are on campus, they are escorting people safely off campus. They're just reminding people to please clear out the campus again, because UVU had reported just within minutes that they do not have a suspect in custody. So this is going to be something that...
Okay, so that's official reporting that there is not a suspect in custody still. That's fucking crazy. And so you see the layout right there. The video that I saw was taken from like right up here on this ledge right here. And I don't know where the shooting could have came from. It seems like a pretty like complicated layout. Like there's a lot of different buildings in that direction. And if he was inside of a building with like a rifle just poking out of a window, it's going to be really difficult to like determine where that came from, especially if there's not a video of the shooter. It's fucking scary shit.
They're actively pursuing right now, as we're showing you that Chopper 5 footage where police are going building to building. They're going to be escorting people off campus, making sure that the
It was confirmed by who?
Campus is safe and secure.
Thank you for the first time chat. Consider following.
Let's go now to Mike Hedrick, who is on the UVU campus. So, Mike, just within the last few minutes, UVU is calling this an unfolding situation. We're still seeing officers going in. What can you tell us from what you're seeing?
Yeah, as officers are going in, everyone else is coming out. So you can look in the parking lot right here. This is the main entrance of UVU where that roundabout is, and it gets pretty busy during school time. I have never seen this many emergency vehicles in one spot at one time. It's incredible. An armored car is behind me as well. You have SWAT, multiple SWAT agencies that are here. So again, when you look at all these flashing lights, all these emergency vehicles, if there's any question how seriously they're taking it, that's it right there. And so I've spoken to a number of students who were here on campus. As Alex talked about a little bit earlier, as they go inside these buildings here, room by room, clearing things out, they're not letting anyone in. We have one...
I just checked New York Post today. I didn't see anything about them confirming it. I'll check Trump right now, too. Give me 1 second.
Student that I overheard she was trying to get inside there and get her laptop. They're like, sorry, give me your name and number. We can get that to you later, but now's not the time to do so. So right now they're clearing everything out. I'll tell you, I parked about a mile or so away. That's how far I had to be away and then order to walk all the way in here. And again, here we are 2 hours after this shooting. You still have this police presence and you still have the traffic that you do of people just trying to get out of here. Again, Alex commented on the investigative part of this. We're still in the early moments of this, as you know, even a couple hours in. It's still early. They're still trying to gather what information. They're just trying to make sure everyone is safe at this point. And I think...
Oh, shit.
White House. Again, Kristen, we're, of course, mourning Charlie Kirk. This is a man who, he was 31 years old. He had 2 very small children, 3 and 1 ages, I believe. He is someone who was very close to the President of the United States, close to the Trump family, someone who played a critical role, if you talk to people around the President, in the President winning his second term. What are you hearing from those close to us? We, of course, read the statement that just came through from President Trump.
It's a very somber mood here. People are very upset. It's not just at the White House, it's really among Republicans as a whole. The Republican Party has become the party of Trump, the MAGA movement, and Charlie Kirk was really at the heart of all of that.
Kirk's spokesman says Kirk is dead.
With a huge portion of Trump's win in 2024. He was on the ground. He created an entire system to get young voters out and excited and enthusiastic about Trump. And it's not just as though he was some kind of outside influencer. He was very close to the president himself. I know specific examples of times that the two of them went back and forth over various issues. When Charlie thought something was important to the MAGA base, he brought it to the president's attention. There are some people who believe that Charlie had his finger on the pulse of Trump's base more than even some of his own cabinet officials. He had a huge following and, again, was so close to the family, to President Trump himself.
I mean, we can only hope that this leads to more gun control, but knowing the state of politics in this country, I highly doubt that's going to be the outcome of this.
Administration. But the ultimate decision was that he was more influential, had more power outside of being in a government position. He had been in Washington a number of times. He had been here with his family. He went to swearing-ins of numerous
Bro, how
officials.
the fuck do they not have the shooter? I can't comprehend this.
That's my question too. How the fuck do they not have the shooter, and how the fuck do they know how far he was? It seems like they don't know how far he was because there's been conflicting reports, but like how the fuck do they not have this guy? It must have been, I'm telling you, it was somebody inside of a building shooting like outside of a window, because if he was on top of a building, he would have been spotted immediately. Like, and there's no way. They should have been, like, how is the security not like vetting these people? They don't have metal detectors or anything.
He's over. Oh, I don't like what is going to happen in the aftermath of this.
What is that link? Don't be sending me crazy links.
Make a statement other than this truth.
There's an ad break coming up in 1 minute. If you want to avoid the ads, consider subscribing for 25% off during September. Yes, that's right. You can get a sub for whatever 25% off of $6 is. You get to skip the ads and use all of my custom emotes across the entire platform. Thank you. Now back to the real big boy news. I know that seemed like a jarring segue, but yeah. I guess there wasn't even really a segue there, so. News report. The team on this one is being really unbiased. Huh? News report the team. What do you mean by that?
I said after he got shot.
Is that link? Can I open that link? Like, I'm just afraid to open up random ass links because I don't know what the fuck it is. Give me a second. Oh, that's what your link is.
Let the joyous news be spread.
All right, chill out. 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 Chill out.
Calm and peaceful.
Has the trajectory changed, being that this happened? I mean, you're in high school. I mean, are you thinking about, okay, what precautionary measures do I need to take if I decide to go to college around here?
Yeah, it really makes you realize that, like, the world is very real. Like, we're not going to be protected much longer as we're in high school. Like, realizing that I need to look at things when I go to college like that and realize there's a world out there.
What are the drills like at Cedar Valley High School? Something like this?
I don't know, just locked down in our classrooms. We actually had one a few years back, so just kind of staying put until we get there okay.
So you had one at the school not too long ago, you said? Yeah. Okay, and then now this.
Like, what is happening? No, the only reporting from the Associated Press is that the person that was taken into custody was not the fucking shooter. I don't get it. I don't get why people keep linking it. Like, maybe I'm just not refreshing the page or something, but like for the past 11 minutes, people keep repeatedly sending the fucking sending the same update over and over again and not understanding what the update is.
Oh, you're a Hassan fan? How did I know? Oh shit, my mic was muted. Has he been pronounced dead? Yes, Charlie Kirk has been pronounced dead by at least the president and a spokesperson of Charlie Kirk.
Does this make you rethink debating in public ever? I mean, I need to, I need to really reconsider the way I do everything outside for the foreseeable future.
All right, Trump is speaking, I think. No.
what is your take on everything? If you could talk to the people who can't be here right now, maybe high
Sarah, some heavy break.
Oh my god. I can't find the video of Trump speaking. Apparently he's talking with the Utah governor.
That's how fucking impactful and big of a news story this is. (1:36 p.m.) Fox 13 Salt Lake City has spoken with an official from the university who said the school has surveillance video of the shooter leaving campus.
Oh, were you saying my fiance was the hottie on screen? Yes, I agree. I think that's, unless I'm misreading that. I think you have a fan.
Dude, oh my God, I hate Scott Jennings so much.
But he was using his words and his speech, which is our
Why
first
not?
protected freedom in this country. And so we're going to miss Charlie, and we pray for his wife and those babies. He leaves behind a young family. You know, people like this who exist in the public sphere, we know them as public actors, and we see them in front of crowds, and we see them on TV, and we hear them on the radio. But they go home at night too, and they open a front door, and they hug a wife, and they hug children, and they put them down, and they oversee the toothbrushing and everything just like the rest of us. And so there's that side of them that we don't often think about, but Charlie was doing that too. So I just think in moments like this, it's easy to analyze the politics, but you know, there was Charlie the husband and Charlie the father, and he'll be missed forever.
Bro,
Since we've just learned of this, I think it's
the
absolutely
craziest
appropriate. We're talking
aspect
about
of this,
Charlie
of course, is that like
the man.
people try to say like, oh, this ultra violence is coming from the left. Ultra violence coming from the left. If it's actually a fucking 200-yard shot, that you know narrows the window of possible shooters quite a bit. Okay. Because like the reality of the matter is a real-time 200-yard shot. You know, there are people, of course, plenty of people capable of doing that. They have served in the military. Okay.
After President Trump was nearly assassinated.
It's just not that you know that narrows the background of the
America. We've always
background of the shooter quite a bit.
Persevered through even dark moments like this one. You know, I think there are a lot of people though who have given up on politics and have turned their hearts to violence. And one of the legacies of Charlie, in my opinion, is that politics is good.
AP
Politics
has a graphic of the shooter.
Politics is
University stated the shooter fired from
conservatives
the
and liberals
Lucy
and
Center.
Republicans and Democrats
Kirk was speaking
debating
here
and
about
reasoning
200
with each
yards.
other.
It
Maybe we
literally
don't
is a
agree.
200-yard shot.
But when you walk
That's what it's supposed
But
to
how
into
do
a
they know
conversation
that?
and you debate.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up, Scott Jennings. God, I can't stand this motherfucker. Okay. I spoke briefly with President Trump over the phone. Here's what he said about Charlie Kirk. It's horrific. It's one of the most horrible things I've ever seen. He was a great guy, he said. He was an incredible guy. Nobody liked him. Dude. That is a crazy shot. We don't know exactly. I mean, this is the suspicion, I guess. That's what the New York Times reported as well. 200 yards. But it's a crazy distance for a shot like that. Authorities, just in from AP. Authorities are still searching for the suspect in the shooting death of Charlie Kirk, mayor says. That is nuts.
Okay, Justin, they still don't have a suspect and they're still searching. That's fucking insane. How do they not know? And how do they know where he was like shot from? Like, I don't understand that.
ABC special report. No Scott.
Young people into the fold.
Yeah, absolutely, David. The president himself did give
a
lot of credit along the way, of course, leading up to his win in November on the campaign trail. In fact, he gave Kirk a lot of credit, if not most of the credit, for a lot of that younger vote and for mobilizing a lot of those voters to go out and vote for him. I know the multiple times I've been over at the White House, I've witnessed Charlie Kirk there in the West Wing talking to advisors, of course, not a formal advisor. He was responsible, David, for helping with a lot of the vetting of the top cabinet officials and had a lot of input. He was one of those people right next to Trump in a lot of these meetings in his ear, and Trump was taking his advice. It wasn't just the White House, it was across government agencies, the Department of Justice. I know Kirk was very close with the Attorney General, with the Deputy Attorney General, so he did have quite an influence within the administration, even though he wasn't so outwardly seen, if you will, at these agencies.
Catherine Falder's with us from our Washington Bureau. Catherine, we appreciate you and the team and the reporting here this afternoon on a very difficult story. Again, Charlie Kirk, co-founder of Turning Point USA, was shot and killed in Utah at a campus event, to the horror of the thousands who had gathered there. He was in the middle of what has become a trademark for him at these visits, in the middle of a debate, of sort of back and forth questions being asked of him. I want to show you there was a moment of silence on the House floor in Washington for Charlie Kirk just moments ago. Bipartisan calls to calm.
All right, chat. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day today. It's been fucking nuts. My brother's having a baby, and Charlie Kirk has been shot dead, and we're going to talk more about this on Sunday. I believe I'll be live again, or Saturday. I don't know. Turn notifications on. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.